Within this lesson, we're going to be reviewing the 6 steps in order to get online. So one of the main things is time. So everybody needs to be able to make time. If you want to succeed, you need to devote time to your online projects. So whether you're creating your own online business, or if you're going to be creating content as a service and so on, you need to allocate time on at least a weekly basis to work on this, develop your skills, and engage with visitors and potential clients. So I always advise that a great way to start is to work out a timetable. Look at your weekly schedule, pick a time, and try to devote at least a few hours a week. Even if you can only get a couple hours on the weekend, set aside that time ahead of time in order to be able to work on your websites and your web projects. And as with anything, it's going to take time. But if you do devote the time and if you work on it on a regular basis, you're going to be very happy and surprised with the growth that you're going to get. So one of the first steps in order to determine what you're going to do online is to brainstorm your idea. Pick your niche, pick your area of focus, and then work towards that area. Now, you don't always need to be zeroed in on a particular topic. Sometimes you'll find when you do get online, it's going to open up doors and other opportunities that are going to be more lucrative. And you might start off with one idea and end up doing something different or slightly different, finding that that works out better for you online. So this is sometimes it's just good to just get going and start out, get your website up and running, and from there you can go ahead and build what you want to do online. So as long as you're devoting time on a regular basis, you're going to find these opportunities are materializing. The next step is going to be picking a domain name. So use keywords and domain suggestion tools. Again, that brainstorming back to those keywords, those ideas that you first thought of when you want to get online, what you want to be doing, and then this is going to serve as your starting point to develop what your domain name will be. And once you've picked a domain name, then it's just a matter of taking that next step and finding a host provider and registering your own spot on the internet. So you're going to have your own property and a location where users, visitors, potential clients can find you online, a place that you can call your own. And of course, next, we can't ignore social media, because social media is a main driver of traffic for anything that you're doing online. So you can use it as a way to get traffic to your website, build communities, interact with your clients, and so on. So always make sure that once you register your domain, the next step is to create these social properties. And even if you're not using the social properties, it's always a good idea to get that first step to reserve your spot on those social properties in case you do want to be using it somewhere down the line, or you're finding that your clients are looking to interact and connect with you in these locations. So you do have to have a presence. As well, it helps with SEO. Having social media properties is a great way to grow your own website, bringing that traffic back to your website, to your central point. So establish your social media presence, and really it just takes a few minutes to register at each one of these. All you need to do is have an email address and set up these accounts, and this is a great way to get started. And as you can see, once you have your website, social properties, you're beginning to develop the base for your online presence. The next thing to do is to get involved with the community. Have a conversation with that community. Get to know who your target audience is and how you can connect with them and interact with them. Now, whether this be back on the social media, so whether you're using these platforms in order to connect and you're driving that traffic back to your website, Or if you're interacting on forums and you're still driving that traffic back to your website, but you're also getting to know your audience. And this is going to help you really build out your business, get new ideas, and keep those ideas generated and your website presence flowing. As well, having regular interaction and conversations within the community, and again, going back to that social media and going all the way back to what we talked about first, make sure that you are allocating time in order to interact with the community, grow your social media presence, as well as you have content that you're placing on your website, whether you've set up a website as a portfolio site or e-commerce site. Your end goals may be different, but it always comes back to the first one, where if you've allocated that time and if you're expecting to spend 2-3 hours a week on your project, if you've got more time, sometimes you might be able to spend 5-6 hours a week, and sometimes even more. And as your web business grows, I'm sure that you're going to be able to find more and more time as you become more and more successful. So these are the 6 crucial steps in order to get started online, and with this is going to provide you the base starting point in order to grow your business.